let's didgeridoo this.
Okay, let's didgeridoo this. All of that before is garbage.
That was not garbage.
Well, it's going in the garbage.
You're going in the garbage
all
now.
All of that's staying in there is maybe this conversation right now.
In when we get to...
You keep going on, man. This is all gonna get cut.
Man, when it's Hell in a Cell, dude, I'm gonna...
We're not doing...
I'm taking you out.
We're not doing it. First of all, it would be... God damn it. I cannot think of a good pun.
Just got this letter in
We'd
from
be going,
Pennsylvania. Looks like Snips didn't show up.
We'd be going Ryu in the Bayou. That's not great. So we just have like 5.5 minutes of unusable.
You
just garbage.
To heck. Alright, let's start this.
Hey, and we're back. Nope, that is not how we start this. Nope,
you're starting over.
Nope.
Round 2.
Howdy, folks. Nope. How do we start this? This is like, this is the 9th one.
Is this 9th or 10th?
This is 9th.
Okay, we're on 9.
Sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the last episode was
7. 7. Oh yeah, 7 was a long one. 6. 5. Yeah, we're there.
You've got way more notes than I do.
9er. I'm writing 9. 9er. With an ER. Alright. So yeah,
So this is Swamp Things I Hate About You.
Episode 9.
I'm Meryl.
And I'm Dennis today.
Are you?
Yeah, no, I'm Eric.
Okay.
Just a little bit of a twist possibly, but I just figured I'd wrap that one up instantly.
M. Night Shyamalan over
Give
here.
you no time to think it over.
Okay, so a little thing I was thinking of, switch it up. We do a little bit of chit-chat at the top instead of...
chit-chat at the top?
Instead of chit-chat at the end.
That makes sense.
But speaking of M. Night Shyamalan, did you know that apparently I haven't seen Split, and I guess this is going to be a spoiler for Split, but not like a big story spoiler. It might be, I don't know. But apparently at the end of Split, it establishes that it's in the same universe as Unbreakable.
I heard that actually.
Yeah, and so that is the and it's like so Split's the backdoor sequel to backdoor sequel to the Mr. Glass movie, but it was like I also read a thing on Reddit that was that Sam Jackson didn't know that a sequel to Unbreakable was happening until he saw the end of Split.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird. Little interesting factoid today.
Little toid for your noid.
Little nugget.
Also, speaking of noid, you know the old defunct Domino's mascot, the little red guy ruined people's pizza. You're supposed to avoid him. It's not surprising that you don't know about him. He was from like the 80s. He was before our time.
What do you mean? I lived the 80s, dude.
You
Best
lived...
decade of my life.
I'm
sure you could say the same, too.
Oh, yeah. Super great. 3 months.
Women were all about you. Everyone was all about you.
Yeah, dude.
You didn't do shit. No one cared.
If I didn't
Price up some titty.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry,
if I
we'll edit that.
If I didn't see someone, they didn't exist.
It didn't even matter. You were just you were like a drunk person the entire time. It was awesome.
No, yeah, it was crazy. If an object wasn't in front of me, it was not permanent. It did not.
Yeah, no, that's pretty. I don't know. Yeah. Remarkable 80s. Decade. I gotta say,
a lot of coke.
All of it. Pretty much all of it.
Real bad for my teeth.
Real bad for my brain development too. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
I shouldn't be giving soda to babies.
Well, there's a lot of things that. Okay. Anyway.
So what's up with you? Small talk. How do we talk to each other?
What's new with me?
Oh wait, actually I was talking about something. The Noid.
Oh yeah, what's the Noid?
The Noid, he was a little red guy that would ruin the freshness of your pizza, and you're supposed to avoid him. And Domino's discontinued that character after a man. I cannot remember his first name, but his last name is the important part.
Oh.
Because it was Noid. And he was also mentally unstable, to say the least.
Okay.
And people... Well, he thought the commercials were telling everyone to avoid him, specifically.
Avoid me.
And
avoid
so
the Noid.
He held up a Domino's pizza, and he might have shot some people. I'm not sure. Might have shot himself. I don't fully remember how this story goes. But that's why they
zesty.
That's why they discontinued that promotion.
Oh,
because I'm pretty sure someone lost their life.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Grim. I don't know if I can go on.
Very grim. Yep. I thought it was going to be a funny story.
Man, just depressing.
Delightful.
I'd say let's go on with the show, but I don't think I can go on with
living.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
Oh, well, what's
luckily,
going on with me? I've forgotten completely about what you're talking about already. I'm thinking about all of what's been on with my life.
Oh, and it's just been leading you to suicidal depression?
Yeah. No. I've dropped that all already.
Okay.
I forgot about everything you said.
That's good. So what's been going on in your life? Sorry. I had to interrupt you with
Yeah, no, nothing really. Watching the new season of Portlandia. That's been relevant as of the last few days.
Yeah.
Yeah, still just driving through Voyager.
That's good. That's probably my favorite Star Trek.
Yeah, I've heard that. It's been pretty fun so far. I don't know if I'd say I have a favorite character yet. I'm sure they're going to
they haven't
develop a little bit more too.
They haven't introduced 7 of 9 yet.
Yeah.
And
I've heard about her, but I haven't seen her yet.
Yeah.
Except for in the little thing on Netflix when you're about to click on it and it shows the little picture of all the characters.
Yeah, they show Jerry Ryan.
Yep. Well, that's been that. Yeah, wow. I am uninteresting this week, I feel like. It's okay, there'll be something.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty much the same. I've been pounding through the CW superhero shows, watching the first 7 episodes of each, because this season they had a 4-part cross-episode crossover.
Ooh.
Which is pretty cool, except for the fact that, and it's also cool, Netflix has a deal with CW that it's like a couple weeks after the season ends, all the episodes are up on Netflix.
Oh.
So that's pretty neat. Except for the first episode in the 4-parter is Supergirl, and that season ends like maybe last week.
Ooh.
So it's a thing where it was all the other shows ended like a month ago.
Okay.
And so now I'm just waiting for that to show up so I can continue watching the rest of the seasons.
Ooh. That's a little bit that's a little rough.
Yeah. I watched them too fast. I thought I was going to space them out more so that it would just be by the time I got through it all, Supergirl would be out, but that didn't happen.
Ooh.
But it's no biggie. I've still got too much stuff to watch. Speaking of stuff to watch, Swamp
Go
Thing.
on. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep.
We're doing a thing here. Aren't
Yep. Swamp Thing.
we?
Episode 9. Spirit of the Swamp.
Yes. I would call this one Swamp 9 from I don't know.
Swamp 9? So like everything it touches?
Swamp 9 from Anton's face.
That's pretty good. I thought you were going with like a what's his face?
Oh, from what's his face?
No, Kurt Vonnegut, Ice 9.
Ooh.
So Swamp 9. So it's just like everything it touches turns to swamp.
Ooh, we could also do a Slaughterhouse reference. Swamp and Slaughterhouse are almost close.
Almost. Kind of. They start with an S. The one thing I definitely...
Jumanji and something about Jim.
The one thing I definitely noticed with this show...
Jumanji.
...is I'm writing down the word swamp a lot more than I ever thought I would in my adult life.
I suppose.
Just like when we worked in the vape shop, that also really screwed up like the statistics of just our general lives of how many times we said the word vaporize.
Oh god! All
like we said,
How about atomizer?
Atomizer? That's gonna be a super weird thing where like most people maybe have like when they're going through their end game score, and it's just like, oh yeah, you said this word. You said can 6 million times or whatever.
You said atomizer 5,422. Something like that.
You actually have a high score. That puts you in like the top 10 of people who have ever said that. Unfortunately, it does send you to hell.
It would be cool if, life worked like that at the end. Like, you just got, like, achievements and...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's the end of a video, like, you end a level in a video game and you just see all of the points you've racked up.
Well, this is kind of a similar...
And you can just press X to fast skip through it and get to the next level.
There's kind of this is kind of a similar idea, but I would love to be able to see, like, my metadata. See what, like, Facebook and just all these companies think of me based on the information they've collected. Because I know for a fact that a lot of spam people think I'm, like, a retiree. I'm retiree-aged.
Okay.
Because I filled out, like, a bunch of surveys when I was, like, probably, like, 18 or 17 or 18 or something, and I was just like, oh, I can do this. I can fill out, I think it was like 75 or 100 surveys or something, and it was like, oh, yeah, you'll get $20 of Xbox Live points or whatever. I think it was something like that, where it was like, okay,
dude, now Microsoft's gonna come after you. Now that this is public info now.
I don't think it will be Microsoft
because your fraud is now public info. How do you feel about that, Mr. Merrill?
Hey, don't give out my full name first of all.
Merrill Merrillson.
Oh. But yeah, so I get a lot of spam from like AARP now, where it's just like,
nice.
Hey, retirement people like you should be with Anthem, Blue Cross, and Blue Shield, blah 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 blah.
And you should take them up on it.
Except for I'm not that age. I still get stuff from like California where it's just like, hey, I just got something recently that was just like, hey, your Medi-Cal stuff, it can't be renewed anymore because you didn't renew for it last year. And it's just like, yeah, because I don't live there anymore. Why are you sending this to me? Why did you send this to Wisconsin? To be like, hey,
your
Medi-Cal benefits are have expired. And it's like, good.
I'm obviously not there.
Fun stuff with bureaucracy. So, do you want to do the synopsis or should I?
Not today. I think that's you.
Okay. Yeah, I think that is my turn.
I think you did it last time too, but I'm not.
No, I think you did it last time.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure. So the basics of this episode, I'm just gonna do a real quick and dirty.
Okay. The ace of basics.
The ace of basics.
Right here,
is that like
I'm looking at him. That's your title today. Merrily Merrill.
I'd rather be I Saw the Signs.
Merrily Merrill, Ace of Basics.
So, I'm also trying not to say
SodaStream?
I'm really trying not to say It fucking sucks.
I thought you were gonna say SodaStream.
SodaStream. This episode is brought to you by SodaStream.
Oh.
When you want to pretend like you're saving money on soda, but you're actually spending more in the long run. When you should, if you really want to save money, just don't drink soda.
Yeah, just
just don't drink so much dang soda.
Yeah, get the soda out your teeth.
Yeah. This is brought to you by SodaStream, I guess?
Yeah. Just in case that's not okay to say, then yeah, not SodaStream.
God,
It's not gonna matter. None of it's gonna matter.
So much of this episode's getting cut. This episode's gonna be like 5 minutes long at the end.
And there'll be no continuity between any of the clips either.
Just like, oh shit, we didn't talk about the episode at all.
Right, let's hear it. Ace of Basics.
Okay, so Arcane is pissed off because he just cannot capture Swamp Thing. That's what he wants. He wants to capture Swamp Thing. He wants to get the biorestorative formula out of him. But he can't. His mutant henchmen are just too shitty at it. So after getting their asses kicked, Arcane is saying, "What can I do? What can I do?" And then one of the dummies is just like, "Magic?" And so, obviously, Arcane hires a voodoo priest to capture Swamp Thing, which he does. After a little bit of trials and tribulations, he tries to set him on fire, realizes that Swamp Thing is fire, which I don't think he is. I think he's the swamp. But they trick him with the most obvious way that you're going to trick a being that thinks it's a man is you seduce him. So they get a picture of Jim's mom, and they do a voodoo spell over it, and that makes Swamp Thing see a very sexy Jim's mom. Yeah, all side boobing it up.
I wanted to bring that up.
Well, I got to. Don't be making such sexy hand gestures if you don't want me to comment on side boob.
You were going there already.
And,
yeah, get derailed on side boob right off the bat.
Yep. So they basically trick him with that, put a talisman on him to weaken his powers and put him in chains. And while Arcane and the voodoo priest are bickering because they're both bad guys and they can't trust each other, Swamp Thing touches a plant. So that causes all the plant life in the cave that he's chained up in to start growing. It actually kills one of the mutants in the room with him. They don't really address it. And Swamp Thing escapes. The voodoo man comments how powerful Swamp Thing is and that he will definitely be back. And Arcane, I guess, is locked in a cave, which I assume will be resolved next episode without mentioning it at all. And, yeah, that's the end.
Yeah, it was that was an episode.
It was. I feel like they're setting up, they're trying to set up the show without Jim. Because that was the big thing with this episode is Jim wasn't in it at all.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely a big change of pace. Especially because, what was that, like an episode or two ago, we had a completely no Anton episode. Which was a little less weird, but still, he usually shows up every,
The last few episodes have been a little Anton light. And this one, one I think it was nice spicy meatball of Antonio.
Yes. Pepper Antonio. I can't even say that. But yeah, anyway, there's so many awful, not so many, but there were a few really, really crud quotes.
Yeah, you got some quotes. I got some choice quotes.
I got some quotes. Right off the bat, right before we get to the credits, you got Swamp Thing beating up on Anton's henchmen, and while they're on the ground,
You get out of here and stay out.
just in the
Stay out, man.
most cliche.
And this one, they go back to the guy
kinda
that he
way.
treed. Like they,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
they keep going back to. I feel like they forget about it, and they're just like, oh yeah, he totally just like killed a guy in the first episode by turning him
Right.
into a tree.
Anton Arcane wanted to literally out of his mouth send him to hell, and the voodoo guy's just like, yeah, that's cool,
Yeah,
legit,
sure.
legit. Yeah, that's what we're doing here.
Yes, I can do that. So something you might.
And it was bigger than science.
What do you think the voodoo guy's name is?
What do I think, or what do I? Oh, in real life, or what?
No. That's just the character's name.
The character's name?
Yeah.
I knew it, but I don't think I ever wrote it down. I remember what it is.
Okay.
It was Duchesne, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now guess how that's spelled, because I watched this with subtitles.
Oh, it's a French thing, so it's gonna be Duchenene, something like that.
Duchamp.
AMP.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But when you think about it, it's just like, oh yeah, that's all there. When you say it, funny, Duchamp.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a little fun fact I saw from watching this with subtitles on.
Interesting. Odd spelling. If your magic was true magic, you'd know how to answer it, said Swamp Thing.
And that was him asking. What was it? It was Duchesne. I'm gonna say the voodoo guy because I was gonna.
Yeah. Actually, that's what I have him written down as in my notes. He's VG for voodoo guy.
He was asking if Swamp Thing would want to be human again. And I feel like they really copped out on not letting the audience know how Swamp Thing feels.
But of course, he went the way that I would think Swamp Thing would react, with a buttholy statement just like that. Because at this point, his character doesn't seem like the type that's just going to sit down and have a heart-to-heart with.
Well, especially with this guy who has been specifically saying since they met, he's just been like, yes, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to capture you.
I'm going to capture you.
Oh, and how about right off the bat, his intro is he I like to say assaults, but he salts a snake and basically kills it, turns it into a petrified snake stick.
Well, it's literally just it's a stick painted like to look like a snake, and it's just got branches and leaves hanging off of it.
I didn't notice the branches and leaves.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it literally has branches and leaves on it.
Oh, God. Oh, I need to go back and watch that one closer. That's awful. Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oy.
He starts dancing, and he seems like it seems like they didn't give him much direction.
Oh God, yeah, when he has the swamp dance.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, just put some of this white paint on your face. Just put a couple dots on, like put a dot on your forehead and 2 on your cheek, and then.
But then Swamp Thing actually got voodooed. It worked.
I mean, did it work? I feel like Swamp Thing was just like probably felt this asshole there, and it's just like, what are you doing?
There was a nice quote during that actually. That was Duchamp going, "Voodoo is very powerful," and Swamp Thing answers,
So is the swamp. It's got bugs and alligators and stuff.
and
It's pretty
somehow
neat.
the swamp overcame the voodoo.
Well, it's because
The voodoo is there to capture things in the bayou, and the bayou is not the swamp. The swamp is the swamp. The bayou is...
this is the weird thing
Slightly
where
different.
I think
But it's all Cajun stuff still.
I think they're conflating the swamp with just him being, because that's a big thing in the comics, is that he's not just connected to the swamp. He's connected to all plant life on Earth.
Oh.
And that's why
Okay.
he's so powerful, because you can destroy his body, but he can just grow a new one because his mind isn't in his body. His mind is spread out throughout the
all
whole
plant life. Okay.
Well, not it's not spread. Actually, saying his mind is spread out through all plant life would be wrong. But if his body's destroyed, he can just grow a new one and kind of keep his mind in the network of.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and there's also cool shit where you can like grow multiple bodies at once.
Ooh,
and
kinky.
Inhabit. There's one point where he's like taking over Gotham. Because they arrest his girlfriend for being in a relationship with a plant. Or being in a relationship with a non-human entity. And they basically justify it by, like, Batman tries to fight him, but Swamp Thing beats up Batman because he's just, like, nature.
Well, why wouldn't Swamp Thing be?
And then they like talk a little bit, and then Batman, because they figure out it's like Swamp Thing is just like, no, they arrested my girlfriend. They're holding her because they're basically holding her bestiality charges, and then Batman has to go to the police department and be like, seriously, you guys are gonna set a precedent like this? What about Superman? What about all these literal aliens? It's just like, you're gonna set a weird precedent for that, huh? And they're like, oh, okay, Batman, but he's got to get all these hallucinogenic tubers out of the city and get all these trees out of here. And he also really destroyed the Arboretum with those giant trees that he made attack the city. And he's like, well, you stole his girlfriend. You arrested his girlfriend. And like, blasted her in the tabloids for being a harlot. Also, he kicked my ass, so there's not much we can do.
Yeah, there is that.
And then Lex Luthor shoots him with... Oh, no. Yeah, Lex Luthor shoots him with a thing that disconnects him from the planet, and then that starts with Space Adventures, which is really cool.
Nice. Space Adventures of the Swamp.
Yeah. There's an awesome one, I think it's just one issue, where he's, it's all in blue, and he's on a blue planet, and it's all solitude except for, like, plant life, but there's no living life, and he just kind of goes crazy a little bit. He, like, recreates his town in Alabama, and he recreates his love, but it's just like, God damn it, none of this is real because all the people in the town are just me, and I'm just controlling them, and they're all just puppets.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Weird.
Oh, I don't know if we talked about this on the last episode, I can't remember, but there is a Swamp Thing TV show.
Yeah, we did. We mentioned that briefly.
Well, I learned a little bit more news about it. It appears to be live action.
Oh, that's a development.
Yeah. Which I don't know.
I'm for that more than an animated, I think. Maybe.
It depends.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes. Oh, I had a realization.
Yes.
About a minute and a half ago. We never said the name of this episode.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
I believe so. I believe we said it at the beginning.
You said Spirit of the Swamp?
I
just don't remember hearing those words.
I believe we did.
Okay, well, if I'm
If
wrong,
not, here, just get a clean take
there
and we
it
can
is.
just edit it in. Here, just say Spirit of the Swamp real quick.
Spirit of the Swamp.
Okay, and we'll just put that in later.
I hope I said that naturally. About the episode I was gonna bring up before and I forgot to. There was a little bit of a swamp goo.
Yeah,
shot of swamp
unrelated swamp goo that came
he's
from nowhere and goes nowhere.
during that confusing scene where he's possibly falling asleep but then becoming the walls and then
making all those vines grow and stuff
and making the weird gurgly was he shrieking or gurgling or what is
struggling noises.
Yeah, that was something. So what do you give this episode?
I want to give it 4.5, but
we have a 10 scale, so we don't have to use the halves. This was a 5 scale.
I've given it halves before.
Have you?
Yes.
Have we split things like that?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I've given something like.
Okay.
Well, it's also I'm pretty sure a bunch of the episodes I've just given it like 6 or 7, just consistently.
Yeah, I mean, we've had halves between our 6s and 7s.
But it's I would give it a 4.5 normally, but Jim's mom in that nightgown definitely raises it to a 5.5.
Man, oh man.
That's right. It gives it a full point.
A full
point higher.
Inch longer.
Our scale is not in inches. Why would you cut off an inch scale at 10?
Because
fucking monster. What is this? The metric system?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
I give it
Whoa.
Okay, stopping it was bad. Anyway, I give it you give it that. I give it 5.
A 5?
5. Right down the middle.
Right down,
split it down
the middle.
5.2. Just to be difficult. So what did you say, 4.5?
I was going to give it a 4.5.
Oh, you changed? Now
no. I said it.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I was going to give it a 4.5, but I
Side boob got it there to 5.5.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means between your 5.5 and my 5.2, we are at 5.35 in the middle for this episode. Slightly different than...
I don't know if your math is right, but I'm not good enough at
5.2 and 5.5 makes 10.7. Cut in half is 5.35.
I don't know if that's true, but I don't know. I don't care. I don't think it's gonna help in the long run.
I think it is crucial that we at least have one mathematician in this.
So I think this is going to be one of our longer episodes of...
Probably the best episode so far, in my
bulk
opinion.
Content, but it's probably going to be one of the shortest episodes of released content.
I don't think that is fair because my vote is to keep it all unedited, raw.
You have not...
Including the back scratching at the beginning.
You have not listened to that.
I haven't. But
you have not.
I just know. I don't have to listen to it to know.
Fuck you. The raw audio is...
I like raw doggy. Sorry, dude. That's
No.
just, I prefer it unsheathed.
We will get unmitigated hate from the internet. Some of it might be constructive, but a lot of it will be this is unlistenable garbage. It sounds like no one edited this.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can cut them peaks, but I want all 36 minutes of this.
No.
Including back scratching.
No.
And leg scratching.
We're losing at least 5 minutes up top. That's for sure. But we're also probably losing this big chunk where we're talking about cutting stuff. We should probably do an outro.
Okay.
So yeah, anything... Okay, I think it's complete audio. So anything more to talk about? Anything else you got to say about the episode?
Oh, no, Jim. It was okay. We gave it a joint 5.35. Bill, I think I'm going to give it... We didn't say what the crediting or the scale was of what we're rating it on. And my... scale today that I've written is Bill Cosby voodoo guy lookalikes.
That guy didn't look like Bill Cosby. He was just black.
No, he reminded me his whole upbringing, not upbringing, but his whole character. Not upbringing. No. His whole air about him just was very Cosby-esque. I was waiting at any moment for him to
rape someone.
Cosby show Cosby. Yes. And yeah, I don't know whether I trust him. I don't know whether I like him or I don't like him. How long has it been
since... When's the last time you've seen The Cosby Show? Because I don't think you're remembering The Cosby Show the same way. He was a doctor. He wasn't a voodoo priest.
I know
He performed medicine.
But I still, for some reason, just had that feeling in me that he was going to.
I think, I think he might be being racist, man. I think it's just because it's a black guy.
No, you're the one now that is suggesting. I just think, okay, I'll accept it.
I think you're just confused because they're like the same skin tone. But
so yeah, overall, I give this one 5.35 really, really questionably racist comments out of 10. I'm sorry to offend. Oh, yikes.
Okay, I was gonna fight you on a little bit on this.
Dude, I'm ready to
renaming the scale every time, but no, I think we got something here with me shitting on it.
Yeah, this is your favorite part of the show. Just that few minutes where you can just really dig into my being. Nah, I'm just being a shit.
But yeah, this has been Swamp Things.
I hate.
Wait! I want to actually get that clean. Okay, so that.
Okay, go.
God damn it!
Oh, nice one. Toots and Collins. Okay.
Okay. So this has been Swamp Things I Hate About You. God damn it. God damn it. This is gonna be so... I'm gonna have to fucking edit this foreground so much.
It's okay. It's okay. That's what the cut button's there for.
I guess, but this one...
I'm gonna have snippy tools.
I'm gonna have to re-listen to my voice so much.
That's why we nicknamed you Snips. This has gotta be
God
my
damn it.
favorite one.
Oh
Whew. Alright, so that's been Swamp Things I Hate About You. I can say it right.
Okay, so this has been God damn it.
I think that's more proof.
Oh, this is done.
This has been Swamp Things I Hate About You. Over and out.
Over and out. God damn it.